I think for us over the last year or so, we've certainly tried to eradicate any sort of feelings of jealousy or envy. And I think the more you're able to put out the kind of good feeling and seeing people being successful, it kind of comes back on you. So
I think that's an important thing Stephen says there. For everyone, it's you've really got to deep down want other people to do well, and it's like it's almost bred into it's like a survival instinct into a lot of people to not want that.
Yeah,
and it's like a survival mechanism kicking in there. But if you're able to totally switch that and
become self-aware,
and like genuinely switch it, though, I mean that, like, genuinely, you've got to genuinely care for others. And I think when you can do that, that's when things change. But
and that doesn't. To be fair, the what do people disagree? I mean, even when that kind of happens now, we try and spin it for a positive. But like at least they have an opinion on what it is we're doing. Whether they disagree or not is good. It'd be worse if they weren't talking about us, and that's more. That's for Kanye West.
That's Kanye.
But it's so true, so people are always going to disagree with you. You can't possibly have everybody accept what it is you're doing. And I mean, we certainly put it on the line all the time when we're putting out some funny videos, and people may think that, like, that's totally different as to what it is. But why should we be boxed in? We've got a team here of comedians and social media people, musicians, and we're just into having a good time and having a kind of positive environment and a fun life, really. So whatever that may entails, and if people disagree, well, we can't possibly please everyone. So we don't really dwell on it much, but it's definitely a good question.
Aye, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's really important. In fact, I think that's why some people don't take the leap, because they are scared of the negative feedback or the comments or not being able to please everyone. Like a lot of people are afraid of that, but terrified.
Absolutely, and as Stephen says, you're always going to get people disagreeing, but at least you're, if you're not getting anyone disagreeing with you, then you're not doing anything exciting. So that's we don't let it seep in too heavy. People obviously are going to disagree. They're going to disagree with. It's going to be people disagreeing with people doing podcasts. People disagree with absolutely everything. What the internet's like. It's just full of disagreements and agreements. So it's it doesn't really affect us much. But interesting question.
Yeah, no, for sure. You said there's that survival mechanism of naturally envying other people. How do you think you switch that? You said it's important to switch, but do you think there's kind of a systematic way that you can work on that and change that as a person?
When you look at the body, if you wanted to get like bigger arms or a six-pack, then you would go to the gym and you would train it, and you would train your muscles in order to do that. So I don't think the brain's any different. I don't think sections and compartments of the brain are any different. You can train those emotions out of you by doing certain things. And again, these things aren't really exactly made very clear when you're going through school. Proper mindset and stuff I don't feel is really in school at all. But, training your mind and training these things is very, very key. And a lot of that comes from, reading, reading books, listening to podcasts.
What books? Because I always ask, sorry to interrupt, I always ask guests this question. Do you have any books that you'd recommend for this type of stuff?
I've got many. I've got many books.
Let's aim for 3 then.
Okay, so introduction to mindset and general vibes to get your mind right before you even launch yourself into a craft of any kind. I'd say How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Fantastic
Dale
book.
Carnegie.
Yeah, that's a great book.
Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie.
He knows as well.
I know every time. But, another one. Let me think. Think and Grow Rich.
Oh yeah.
Napoleon Hill is fantastic for the mindset. And another one I've been reading recently. It's a hard one. I'll give you Daniel Priestley. The Entrepreneur Revolution is very good as well. That's a business one. We've got loads. I mean, the Gary Vaynerchuk ones are fantastic, the recent ones as well. I just got John Kavanagh, Win or Learn. That's the book about Conor McGregor.
Oh, yep.
So he's a very inspirational character for us. You know, we absolutely love the guy, and having like mentors and heroes and stuff like that, you know, like, you know, whether you meet them or whether you don't, it's great for mindset, and it's great for, you know, instilling a healthier mindset as well. So you know, there's a couple. Have you got any?
I'd actually chime in and say one of the biggest things that you can possibly do to get yourself out of the mindset of you know, maybe being negative or jealous or anything like that is surrounding yourself with the people that don't ever seem to say things that are negative or envious. And surrounding yourself with the right positive people is, like, you know, one of the biggest things, because it pushes you further. It pushes you to be a nicer person. So that's a huge thing. In terms of books, there is so many. Anything by Robert Greene would have to be there. Also, any of these sort of modern marketing books and stuff. I think there's a lot to learn in that. But right now, you know, there's like 400 books down the stairs or something like that. So I can't, but just see, to be honest, it's like once you break the seal on these books, you just naturally find the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thirst for knowledge grows, and you just start. And Amazon is, I mean, you look at Amazon, Netflix, Spotify, all these massive platforms now consistently recommend you things that you're already into, so it does a lot of the legwork for you. So yeah, just as Stephen said, just go in those books and go and lose yourself.